To get to the tournament menu, go to the iRacing member site and click on Hosted, or hover over the Hosted button and click Host a Tournament Race. You will know that you're in tournament mode if you see this tab highlighted. When ready, type in a relevant name to your tournament. Once you click Create, you should notice that the tournament section is almost identical to the regular hosted section. Just like a regular hosted session, we start by selecting our track options. In this case, we want Thompson Speedway, the maximum number of drivers, and the Chevy Monte Carlo SS. These options, as well as the advanced options, are discussed in further detail in our Host a Race how-to. Now we want to select the race type. We will need a qualifier to determine the initial grid. You can start with any of these event types. There are a few qualifiers. The lone qualifier is a NASCAR-style qualifier where there is only one car on track. The open qualifiers are road-style, where there are many cars on the course. Since we are doing a late model race, we will choose qualifier, open practice, plus qual. We will then set a reasonable amount of time to practice, and then the distance and time of the qualifier. Since we are not going to use much time here, we can change the session duration to 2 hours, saving you a little money. Unless you have friends to help administer the event, we suggest starting the event on one server. This way, you can explain the race format to everybody before the next event in the tournament. Most iRacers don't want to wait around, so once the first event is done, get back to the tournament section quick. Once you review your settings, click Purchase and Race Now. The Confirm Hosted Session window is your last chance to double-check your settings. Take a second to look through and make sure everything is the way you want it. Once you're satisfied, click Confirm. Now you'll have to wait for your tournament to show up. This will take a minute. Once there, join up like a regular hosted race. Now we see that we have plenty of drivers for a decently sized field. This would be a good time to inform your drivers of the tournament format. This is crucial to a successful tournament. Tell the drivers how many races you will be doing, and what kind of race will follow this one, and when it will be posted. We also like to warn the drivers that excessive contact and foul language will not be tolerated. The beauty of tournament racing is, you can remove these drivers from future events, making it more fun for everyone else. Now that your qualifier is done, it's time to set up heat races. Go back to the Host a Tournament section of the member site and find the Continue an Active Tournament area. Your tournament name should already be populated here, though it is possible to have multiple tournaments open. Once you're ready, click Continue. Review your race settings and choose a race type. For this example, we will continue using the late model at Thompson, but we will choose the Practice plus Race format. This will be a heat race, so we will allow for a 20-minute practice, which allows for a window of time for your drivers to come back into the server, and we also need to choose this as a preliminary round. Keep in mind, you do not need to keep the same car-track combination throughout the tournament. Once you are content with your car and track settings, you need to set up your grid. First, we need to load our drivers. If there are any particular drivers that you want to remove, you can drag and drop them into the recycle bin. If there are drivers that could not make the event, you can add their name or customer ID here. To get someone's customer ID, you need to search by the driver's name here. Then click on the driver to view their profile. In the URL of your browser, you will see a string that ends with custID equals, followed by the customer ID number. Copy and paste this number into the Add Drivers field. You can also choose to only load a certain number or percentage of drivers to the field. Since our field is small, we will leave it at 100%. Once you have all the drivers you want, select your grid algorithm. Sequential is the normal algorithm, with the fastest drivers first and the slowest last. Snake is best for multiple servers or heat races. Once you're set with your grid, click Apply Grid Now. Now you can choose how many servers or simultaneous races that you want. This is good for dividing up the field into smaller groups. You can choose how many servers you want with this drop-down menu here. You can have up to 10 servers, but for this case, we will only allow for 2. You can drag and drop drivers to different servers, or you can delete a server by clicking on the X button associated with that server. Once you're satisfied, click Done. Double-check your settings again. Once you're satisfied, click Purchase and Race Now. Once again, triple check your settings here and click Confirm. Now your heat races will be posted. You will see that there are 2 in the tournament section. If you placed yourself on the grid, you will only be eligible to race in one of them. Now both heat races are done and we are ready to move on to the final race. We start by going to Continue an Active Tournament. If we wanted to end the tournament prematurely, we could select the session here in Terminate an Active Tournament. Once you continue your tournament, review your options, make sure you have the right car, track, race type, and number of laps and minutes. Since this is a final round, you can select Final Round and the tournament will end following the finish of this race. Or, you could end it with the Terminate an Active Tournament button at the end of this race. Now set the grid. Load your drivers, and select your grid algorithm. Sequential makes the most sense here since we only want one server. If you have too many servers, you can click the X button here to remove that server. Now everybody's in one big race. You will still have the opportunity to remove drivers as you feel necessary. Once satisfied, click Done. Review your settings, click Purchase and Race Now, and then click Confirm. Now time for your final event. Go out there and have some fun.